Hey guys, it's me, Julie. Sorry I'm a bit late, but my husband decided to freaking clean out the fridge right when I needed to go on live, and so I just kicked them out the kitchen. And the kids are up and about, so let's hope none of them interrupt me. It's a miracle if we get through this and I get no interruptions. So anyway, Julie here, and I'm on here. I just wanted to give you sort of a background of my journey and how I got started here, because I know that I announced that I'm going to be doing these. Hey, Nikki! You know I'm shitting on myself, girl. I announced that I'm going to be doing these weekly, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And so before we get into the whole home decor stuff, I just wanted to get on here and kind of give you a little background as to how I came to be a virtual interior decorator, which is what I am now. My website is redoyourroomonline.com, and basically I just help women turn their bland, boring space into a banging space that they love to come into, that motivates them, and that just they love to create new things and new memories in. So that's basically what I do. And just to give you a little background as to how that happened, so hope I don't get emotional, but I was basically working in the HR field. I still am, actually. It's been, I think, almost 12, 15 years. I try not to keep count. And I was burnt out. I basically hated my job, hated going to work. And I think what that light bulb moment for me was when I was at one of my most recent jobs out in Yonkers, where I was an HR director. I was working like very long days, like 14-hour days, commuting from Jersey, because I'm in Jersey now, although I'm from New York. Commuting from Jersey, dropping off the kids off in the city because they go to school in the city. Dropping my husband off at work in the city because he works in the city. Then off to, hey Trishy, then off to Yonkers to go to work, to a job that I hated. And then rushing to kind of pick them up from work, pick up my husband, go home, get home, like basically 11 o'clock at night. And, oh, thank you, Nikki, for sharing. And then getting up at 5 in the morning to do it all over again. So basically I was drained. I wasn't sleeping. I was stressed the hell out. At this time, we only had 3 kids. Now I have 4. And it was just another morning. I was getting up to go to work, ironing my clothes, like a zombie, because again, tired. Put the iron away. And Landon, who is my, he's 7 now, but at the time he just turned 1. He, being the little curious baby that he is, he went into the linen closet, grabbed the iron, and hey baby. And so I lost the bet. Landon is here. And he goes into the linen closet and grabs the iron, and it falls on his hand. And so, of course, it's taken me a lot of therapy to get over the guilt of letting that happen to my baby, because, you know, of course, I'm thinking to myself, 3 kids, I should know what the fuck I'm doing by now, right? But that's not the case when you're stressed the hell out and you're burnt out. And so we ended up rushing him to the hospital. So we thought it was like no big deal, right? Get there, and they're like, well, you know, this is a big deal. It's a 3rd-degree burn, and he's gonna need surgery. So I was like, oh shit. And it was one of those like moments where it's just like I felt like it was God telling me it was like a smack in the face from God, telling me, slow the hell down, stop being miserable, stop doing shit that you hate doing, and snap out of it and do something that you love for once. You know, it's not always about the money, it's not always about other people, it's about your happiness and your family, right? And it's time that you do something that you love. And so this was this nagging voice I had in the back of my head all the time. But of course, being the A-type personality that I used to be, I'm recovering. You know, you think you're in control. You think you got it all. You think you know what you're doing. And you think you know better than God. But I learned quickly that's not the case. And so, you know, I think I worked about another week until finally I said, you know what, I had a breakdown. I called my mom crying, snot everything, which is really, really rare because I'm not a big crier. And at that time I wasn't getting along with my mom. So it was kind of crazy how she was the first person I reached out to. And she reassured me that everything was going to be fine. She's like, you know what, we're going to work this out, because we needed two incomes, right? So it's like, although I knew I had to quit, it was just hard for me to take that step. I didn't have the faith that it was going to be okay, you know? And she reassured me, and we worked some things out financially, and then I quit my job. But it didn't end there. It wasn't all happy-go-lucky after that, because when you go from two incomes to one income, it's not easy. And then on top of that, my husband had a stroke. And so I'm dealing with, we're dealing with this big financial burden of one income, three kids. We just have moved into a brand new house, and, we had a car note and food, and it was crazy. And then he has the stroke, and then I'm like, holy shit, what the hell did I do? What the fuck am I thinking? And it was just a really bad moment, and it was a really, really just dark moment in my life. And I hit this big depression where I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to sleep all day. I did not want to go to work. I started well, at the time I had quit already, but even before that I was depressed. This just made it worse. And I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to play with my kids. I didn't want to be bothered by my husband. I didn't want to do shit. I just wanted to be under the covers, close to all my goddamn curtains, the shades, and I don't deal with anything. And it's amazing that you would think that, your kids could get you out of this depression, right? But depression is some real shit. For anyone who deals with that, it's not easy. And you can't do it alone. And so, with the help of my therapist, and I got on some medication, which was hard for me to accept because of the control freak that I am, or that I was. But finally, I, put away my superwoman cape, and I said, you know what? You need help. You need to take care of this shit. And then what got me out of bed was decorating. I remember that because we just moved into a brand new house, it was bare bones. It was a new construction. So the walls were white. It was just like, it wasn't cute. And so, slowly but surely I started getting paint. I painted, I bought a sewing machine, and I, sewed together some curtains, some pillows, and I just, started going to flea markets, picking up, little odd pieces here and there, of course, because they had to be cheap because I didn't have money. And then the house slowly it just turned into a home, and I just felt like I was finally coming alive again. And it's because I was doing something that I loved, right? It was no longer human resources, this like draining job that I fucking hated. And it gave me a reason to get out of bed, and it gave me a reason to kind of become myself again. It's like I became a better me, which is crazy. And, I continued with therapy, and then I started blogging. My now 12-year-old son, who at the time was probably 5, Elijah, he was like, because I kept saying, oh, I should blog and I should do this. And he's like, well, why not? Because he's like the free-spirited one in the family. And he's like, why not, mommy? Why not? And I was like, yeah, man, why not? The fuck, why not? And so I started blogging, and then, I eventually ended up going back to my 9-to-5. And so I am working a 9-to-5 again, but I'm working the business on the side and hoping that, it becomes a full-time gig. Well, it will become a full-time gig. I gotta, power to words, right? And so when I get home from work around 8 o'clock, I start working on my business. On my lunch break, I work on my business, and it's just been hustle, hustle, hustle ever since. And so it's amazing what happens when you start doing something that you love. It's amazing how doors start opening up for you, and how you just start meeting new people, and just your life changes completely. And so I just wanted to hop on here and just kind of give you a little backstory as to how this all happened for me. And thank you, Nikki. You're so sweet. And, since I'm going to be doing these things weekly, I want you guys to just come on here, feel comfortable to hang out with me. We're going to go over a lot of home decor stuff, some do-it-yourself projects, easy stuff, because I don't like, some of that shit you see on HGTV that's just super hard to do, or it looks easy, and then once you start doing it, it's like you're pulling your fucking hair out. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be easy peasy, because that's what I like, easy shit. And, it's just going to be a place where everybody can come and just kind of learn some home decor things and beautify your house, and, to help you create memories in your home and make your home beautiful and make it into a space that makes you feel comfortable, right? And so again, it's going to be Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I may hop on, here and there after that. Depends on, what's going on in my life and what, where I'm at. And that's going to be it. And so I just want to say thank you for everyone who's watching, and come with your questions every week and just come and hang out. And I guess I'll see you next week. So thanks so much. Bye, guys.